The night the Blue Mountain wept, the sky turned silver. A rain of shimmering dust fell over the kingdom of Aurinea, soft and sorrowful, as though the heavens mourned a secret no one dared to speak aloud. Inside the crystal palace, Queen Isolde stood at her window, trembling as she watched the strange light spread over the valley. Behind her, 3 small girls slept soundly in one great bed, their hands touching, their faces bathed in the moon's pale glow. They were her daughters, Amara, Selene, and Leora, the 3 princesses fated to inherit a kingdom said to be protected by the mountain spirit. But that night, the queen felt it in her bones, something in the Blue Mountain had awakened. By dawn, the river that ran from its peak had turned a deep, unearthly blue. And when the queen went to wake her daughters, she found the youngest, Leora, whispering in her sleep. "The mountain called my name," she murmured. "It said it's time." Part 1, The Shadow Beneath the Beauty. 17 years later, the Blue Mountain still loomed over Aurinea, beautiful and forbidding, its slopes covered with flowers that glowed faintly at night. The people revered it. The royal family feared it. The 3 princesses had grown into women as different as light, dusk, and flame. Amara, the eldest, was calm and dutiful, born to rule with grace. She bore the weight of responsibility with quiet dignity, but inside her heart, she hid a weariness she dared not confess. Selene, the middle sister, was bold and brilliant, a creature of wild laughter and restless energy. She envied no one but herself on her best days and everyone on her worst. Leora, the youngest, was gentle and strange. She often walked to the edges of the palace gardens to listen to the mountain winds. Sometimes, she swore they whispered her name still. One morning, a messenger from the border arrived, pale as frost. "The river has stopped," he gasped. "The blue river is gone. Without its waters, Aurinea would wither. The crops, the forests, the heart of the kingdom itself, everything depended on the mountain's gift." Amara gathered the council, her voice steady despite the fear curling in her stomach. "We must send a delegation to the mountain," she said. "We'll find what blocks the river and restore it." But when the queen's old advisor spoke, his words made the air turn cold. "Your Majesty, the mountain keeps what it takes. No one who climbs it ever returns." Part 2, The Decision. That night, the sisters gathered in the observatory, the highest tower of the palace. The sky was clear, and the Blue Mountain shimmered in the distance, the same strange silver light flickering around its peak. "We can't just wait," Selene said, pacing. "If we do nothing, the kingdom will die." Amara's voice was soft but firm. "It's not our task to risk our lives. There are soldiers, scouts." "No," Leora interrupted. Her eyes glowed faintly in the starlight. "It's calling again." Both sisters turned to her. Leora pressed her hand over her heart. "I hear it every night now. The river is not gone, it's trapped. And it's my fault." "Your fault?" Selene snapped. "That's absurd." But Leora's tears were already falling. "When I was a child, I made a promise. I don't remember to whom. Only that it came from the mountain. I swore I'd come back when the time was right. I think, it's asking me to keep that promise." Amara felt a chill move through her. "You can't mean to go there alone." "I wasn't planning to," Leora whispered. "I was hoping my sisters would come with me." Part 3, The Climb. At dawn, the 3 princesses left the palace in secret. Each carried only what they could fit in a small pack: bread, water, and one keepsake from their childhood, a silver comb, a locket, and a wooden whistle. The path up the Blue Mountain was steep, covered in wildflowers that shimmered like glass. As they climbed, strange whispers drifted through the air. Sometimes it sounded like music. Sometimes like weeping. By the 3rd day, they reached the forest that crowned the lower slopes. Here, the air was thick and blue-tinted. The sisters felt their thoughts slow, as though the mountain was listening. When night fell, a storm broke overhead. Thunder rolled through the trees like the growl of something alive. They huddled under an overhang, soaked and shivering. Celine tried to light a fire, but the wood refused to burn. "This is madness," she muttered. "We'll die here before we even see the summit." Amara, her hands trembling, reached for her sister's arm. "Celine, stop. We can't fight the mountain." Celine jerked away. "Then what are we fighting for?" "A promise Leora can't even remember." Leora's voice rose over the wind. "You think I don't doubt myself? Every step I take, I feel like I'm walking towards something that's already waiting for me. But I can't stop." Amara looked into her youngest sister's eyes, and saw something there. A light. Faint, but real. "Then we follow you," she said quietly. "Until the end." Part 4, The Heart of the Mountain. They reached the summit on the 7th day. There was no snow, no ice, only a vast lake of liquid light, still and silent, glowing with the same blue that once flowed through their river. In the center stood a figure made of mist. It had no face, only a shimmer of human shape and a voice that spoke directly into their hearts. "You came," it said. "Three born of one promise." Leora stepped forward, her knees shaking. "What promise?" The mist shifted, and the lake rippled. Images formed in the water, of a woman standing before the mountain with a crying baby in her arms. "Queen Isolde. You were dying," the spirit said. "Your mother begged for your lives. She gave me one promise in return, that when the mountain's heart began to fade, her daughters would return it. Together." Amara's breath caught. "Fade? You mean the river?" "The river is my blood," the spirit said. "The kingdom's life flows from mine. But your world forgot its reverence. It took without giving. The bond is breaking." Leora reached out a trembling hand. "How do we mend it?" "Sacrifice," the spirit said. "One of you must stay. The mountain needs a keeper." Silence fell. Only the whisper of the glowing lake filled the air. Celine's face went pale. "Stay. Forever?" "Yes," the spirit replied. "Forever." Part 5, The Choice. Amara felt the weight of duty crush her lungs. Her whole life had been shaped by service, to her crown, her people, her family. Was this not simply the final act of that duty? "I'll do it," she said. "No," Celine snapped. "You're the heir. The kingdom needs you." Amara's eyes filled with tears. "The kingdom needs water, not me." But Leora shook her head. "It was my promise. My voice the mountain called." Celine turned on her. "You're too young to throw your life away." Leora's voice was steady now, calm in a way it had never been before. "It's not throwing it away. It's giving it back." Celine stepped toward her, eyes blazing. "Then I'll stay instead. You both had purpose. I've only ever been half a shadow to you two." Amara reached for her, but Celine was already walking toward the lake. The water rose to meet her like a lover's embrace, shimmering around her knees. "Stop!" Leora cried. But the spirit's voice filled the air again, soft and mournful. "The choice must be willing." Celine looked back once, tears streaking her cheeks. "Then let me do one selfless thing." And with that, she stepped fully into the light. For a moment, the lake blazed brighter than the sun. Then it stilled. The mountain's hum deepened. A river of blue light spilled over the edge of the summit, winding down through the valleys below. Aurinea lived again. Part 6, The Return. Amara and Leora descended the mountain in silence. The path seemed gentler now, the air sweeter. When they reached the valley, the people were already celebrating. The blue river had returned, flowing strong and bright. But neither sister smiled. At night, when they stood at the balcony of the palace, they could see the blue mountain shining in the distance. Sometimes, in the flicker of lightning, they thought they saw a figure dancing in the mist, hair like gold, laughter echoing faintly through the clouds. Leora placed a hand over her heart. "She's not gone," she whispered. "She's part of it now." Amara nodded slowly. "And the mountain keeps its promises."